Good morning, everyone. Today, we're presenting a project designed not only as a trip, but as a complete graduation experience called Graduation Celebration Planning Trip Project Tunisia 2027. We are the Tunisia team from City University of Seattle, and our objective is to offer a complete and structured international graduation trip proposal designed specifically for 5 graduation students. My name is Arnoldo Sierra Cantú, and I'm serving as the project manager of this project. Together with me, our team is composed of Andrés Iván Aquino Martínez, Gerardo Benavides Garza, Diego Elian Sánchez Ramos, and Marcelo G. Camacho. Each member has a specific role within the planning process, which allowed us to organize the project professionally, dividing responsibilities in logistics, accommodation, itinerary, design, transportation, and activity coordination. The goal is not simply tourism, but delivering a complete graduation celebration experience that is organized under the project management principles. Our proposal is based on a total budget of 25,000 United States dollars, equivalent to $5,000 per student for a 1 month trip. Specifically, our main objective is to plan and execute an enriching graduation plan trip to Tunisia for 5 city university students. In other words, the project transforms a personal trip into a professionally structured international plan. In terms of deliverables, our project offers concrete results. We develop a detailed budget with all the projected expenses, a round-trip airfare planning, accommodation proposals in each destination city, and international transportation planning, meal allocation estimates, travel insurance options, and a complete itinerary with scheduled activities. What makes this valuable is that each deliverable was designed not independently, but integrated into one coordinated travel system. Regarding to the travel experience itself, we select 6 strategic cities in Tunisia to ensure diversity in culture, history, and experience. The trip includes to visit Tunis, the political and the cultural center, Kairouan, recognized for its religious and historical importance, Sousse, offering coastal and urban tourism, those as the gateway to the Sahara Desert, Tozeur, known for oasis landscapes, and Jebra, which provides a unique island cultural environment. This route was selected to create a balanced graduation journey where students experience both historical depth and memorable leisure. Thank you. And now my teammates will explain the operational and the strategic components that make this project feasible.
All right, thank you, Arnoldo. Hi, my name is Diego, and now I will explain the travel schedule for this trip, starting with the travel timeline. So the trip is planned to take place from April 1st to April 3rd um, of 2027, with a total duration of 30 days. The departure will be from Washington, D.C., and the group will return to the same location at the end of the trip. For the flags, we plan a round trip route with a connection in Madrid. So the route will be Washington to Madrid and then Madrid to Tunis. The return follows the same route. The estimated total travel time is between 12 to 15 hours, depending on layovers. And all passengers will travel in economy class, which will help us to stay within the budget. Each person will be allowed to take one carry-on bag and one check bag. And the departure is scheduled for April 1st with a tentative time in the morning or in the afternoon. For the travel requirements, first, all participants must have a valid passport since it is essential for international travels. And we also consider travel authorization, such as the European Travel Information and Authorization System, as part of the documentation planning. This is not required for Tunisia itself, but we include it because our flight route includes a stop in Europe, Spain. So we consider it as a part of the overall travel documentation planning to avoid any issues during transit. In addition, travel insurance is required to cover any medical emergencies or unexpected situations during the trip. And finally, we recommend having copies of all important documents, both digital and physical, to avoid any issues during the trip. So, here's a little summary of all the cities to visit in Tunisia. You will stay in Tunis from April 2nd to April 8th, and then you will travel to Korohan from April 8th to April 11th. Next, you will visit SOS from April 11 to April 16, and then DOS in the Sahara from April 16 to April 20. After that, you will go to Tosur until April 23rd and finish the trip in Yerba from April 23 to April 30. And well, all the activities that will take place in each city will be explained more detailed in the next slides. Thank you.
Thank you so much. First, I will explain some of the main activities that we plan in each city during the trip. The trip, for example, begins in Tunis, and the main activity here is exploring Medina of Tunis. This historic area is known for the traditional markets, small streets, and local shops, as you can see in the images. Then we travel to Kairouan. In this series, travelers will visit the Great Mosque of Kairouan, which is one of the most important mosques in North Africa and an important religious and historical landmark. Then we move to South, a city located on the Mediterranean coast. One of the main activities here is the try the food tour of Tunisia, where travelers can try different dishes, traditional dishes, and learn more about the local cuisines. Then we move to the my favorite activity. This is in Dose, which is at the getaway to the Sahara Desert. In this location, travelers will participate in camel trekking. This experience is which is one of the most unique and exciting activities of the trip. The journey continues in Tozor. In this area, travelers will visit the Chott El Jerid Salt Lake, a famous desert landscape known for its large flats and beautiful views in this lake, as you can see. And finally, the trip ends in Java, an island known for its culture and beaches. Here, travelers will visit Jereba Synagogue, which is one of the oldest synagogues in Africa and an important culture site. This is not all the activities that we're gonna do, but the main activities that we're gonna do detail. Okay, so my name is Marcelo Camacho, and this is my part.
Thank you, Marcelo. I'm Gerardo Benavides, and I'm going to talk about the travel budget. In this slide, we can see the budget like is. We showed how we allocated for documentation, airplane flights, lodging, feeding, local transportation, activities expense, travel insurance, and our fees. This cost is in this budget if the money is for each student. Now we have the budget boundaries that we have in the scope. The travel starts when the student get to Washington. We identify the required documentation, the daily food budget, the daily cultural activities, and the expected travel paid time is in August of 2026. The boundaries that are out of scope are personal shopping, planning for another person without outside from the 5 students, modification after the planning phase, additional requests after the planning phase, and medical emergencies out of the insurance that we have. Now we have in this slide the risk management. We identify these 4 types of risk. Financial risk, we identify the most important, that is running out of budget and variations in the exchange rates. The external risk, political change, weather problems, operational risk, high demand in activities or in the flights. Organizational risk, that in this is a poor communication between us of the organizers and you as students. For this risk, we're going to manage guaranteeing that we are a serious team. We're going to check the flights with months of anticipation. We're going to give you lot of communication for you to stay secure, that this travel is secure for you and for us. And the stakeholders communication, the stakeholders are us, the organizers, City University of Seattle, you as students, and the suppliers. And as organizers, we guarantee weekly status reports, transportation updates, itinerary change, budget updates, and accommodation updates.
Hi, my name is Andres, and I'll talk about the accommodation strategy. For the accommodation strategy, Airbnbs will be used for every city visited in the trip. This decision allows us to optimize the budget while providing a more authentic and comfortable stay for the group. All selected accommodations are entire apartments with 2 to 3 bedrooms five people. This ensures that the group can stay together in one place, improving coordination, safety, and overall experience. Additionally, each property includes essentials such as fully equipped kitchen, living room, and shared spaces. Airbnbs also allows location flexibility, as we selected properties close to main attractions and transportation routes. These are some examples of Airbnbs. The first one includes 2 bedrooms, a living room, and a fully equipped kitchen. These spaces are ideal for 5 people and are typically located near the central areas to cultural attractions. These types of apartments provide a balance between comfort and affordability. Next, for coastal cities, modern Airbnb apartments are better. They have 2 to 3 bedrooms and larger common areas. These properties are often located near the beach or tourist zones, which enhances the overall experience. Then, for some cities, we selected more traditional style Airbnbs, designated to reflect the local culture. These properties may include interior courtyards, regional architecture, and a more authentic atmosphere. Yes, they still meet our requirement of comfort, safety, and capacity for the group. Finally, I will briefly explain how our main costs are distributed and how they align with the total project budget. Based on our planning, each participant has an estimated budget of $5,000, which allow us to cover all major expenses for the 1 month trip. Accommodation, which is the Airbnb, is $380 per person. Local transportation is $200 per person, and the food is $1,495 per person. All these costs are carefully calculated based on real market prices in Tunisia and adjusted and comfort. Thank you for your attention. We hope you found this project interesting. That will be all for our part. You can feel free and contact us through email or phone.